Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In our previous class, we have been discussed about the pollen pistil interaction. So in that we come to know that how the pollen grain from the pollen grains, the pollen tube it will be arises after the compatibility, and the pollen grains it will shed the two male gametes, and that two male gametes it will reaches to the ovule, and what happens is later the fertilization it will be taken place. So today's class let us discuss about the double fertilization. So first let us know what is the meaning of fertilization. First let us know what is the meaning of fertilization. Fertilization means the process of fission of haploid male and female gamete is called as female gamete to form diploid zygote is called as fertilization. So it is a process where fission of male and female gamete. It is a process where fission of male and female gamete. Male and female gamete fuse together to form a what name is zygote. Now here the male and female gamete it will be in which condition? It will be in a haploid in condition. Haploid means we are representing in the form of a small n. So both the gametes it will be in a haploid in condition. So see a fission of a haploid male and haploid female to form a zygote. Now zygote it is in which condition? Zygote it is in a diploid in condition. Diploid we are mentioning in the form of a 2n we are mentioning, because here male and female when they fuse here means n plus n it will form a diploid in condition, 2n it will get formed. So that's why we are going to as a fertilization. The process of fission of haploid male and female gamete to form a diploid zygote is called as fertilization. And this process it was discovered by whom? Means it was discovered by Strasbourg in 1884. The process first discovered by whom? Means it was discovered by Strasburger. So Strasburger fertilization process it is discovered by which person? Means it is discovered by the Strasburger in 1884. Strasburger he was the person who discovered the fertilization in plants, but in animals who discovered for the first time fertilization means Aristotle. Aristotle is the person who first time who discovered the fertilization, but he discovered in the animals. In plants who discovered for the first time fertilization means Strasburger, in which year? Means in 1884. This is the meaning of fertilization, and who discovered means Strasburger. So important for your NEET and even for your board exam also. One more question they may be arises here. Next here, so after the pollination, pollination means you know very well the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower is called as pollination. So after the pollination what happen? Intine of pollen grains forms the pollen tube through the weak area and exine called as germ pore here. So already in our previous class we have been studied that. What we have been studied here, pollination it will be take place here. So as I said you here, varieties of flowers are present in our nature. That means varieties of species flowers are present in our nature, and all these flowers will be in exposed in condition. Which pollen, when one species pollen grain it may go and fall on the another species stigma. So at that time what happen here means it may shows the compatibility and incompatibility. So compatibility means matching process. The pollen grains which has been fall on the stigma, so they will check the whether this pollen grains it will belongs to same species or it will belongs to the other species. If it belongs to the same species means then that time that condition we are calling it as a compatibility. If it belongs to the another species means that time we are calling it as a incompatibility we are calling. And this compatibility and incompatibility it will be held with the help of chemicals here. So which are the chemicals as I said you here? So in the pollen grains also it contains the chemicals here. In the which here means in the intine here. In the intine which chemicals it is present? Protein and polysaccharides it is present. In the same manner in the germ pore. So germ pore which enzyme it contains the enzymes, proteins, and even it contains the lipids. So with the help of these chemicals what happen here means so the compatibility incompatibility it will take place. Even in the stigma also as I said you here, stigma which are the chemicals it is present means carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. These are the chemicals it is present in the stigma. So with the help of these chemicals, so what happen means the pollen the stigma and the pollen grains it will shows the matching process here. Suppose if it belongs to the same species means that time what happen here means the vegetative cells which is present inside the pollen grains it will promotes, it will helps for the growing of the pollen tube. And pollen tube from where it which part it will be arises means it will be arises from the germ germ pore. So keep remember the pollen tube from which part it will be arises? It will be arises from the germ pore. So that is only that after the pollination, the intine of the pollen grain forms the pollen tube. So intine it is present here. See, this is already last time have been shown here. So this is the what here means intine layer here. So through this intine it is a weak layer because here outer layer it is covered by a hard chemical called it as a sporopollenin. So this sporopollenin it is very hard and it will give the protection to the pollen grains from enzymes, from heat, chemicals, or from all these things, so that it should not get decomposed, it should not get degraded here. So the remaining which part it left here? Only the pollen germ pore layer part it is left out. From this part, with the help of the intine layer and with the help of the vegetative cells, from here what happens means pollen tube it will be start for arising like this. So that's why this portion we are calling as a weak portion. So what we are calling weak area of the exine. Which is the weak area of the exine? Germ pore. This question may be also asked here. Name the weak area of the exine layer. If they are asking your exam means which is the answer? Germ pore. Germ pore is a weak layer. Remaining other portion it is covered with the hard chemical called it as a sporopollenin. So that's why it is very hard. So which area it is the weak area means? So weak area called it on the exine is germ pore. Here through this only pollen tube it will be start for arising. Now as you already know that in a previous class, as I said here, same concept it will come here. The pollen tube it will be start for arising here, and what happen here is, so the it will carry here the pollen grain it will be present. See here, pollen grains it will sheds the two male gametes it will be sheds here. So the pollen tube it will be start for growing here, and it will carry the what it will carries two male gametes it will carries here. So finally this pollen tubes it will reaches to the ovule. Where it will reaches? It will reaches to the ovule, and in some cases here along with two male gametes even it will releases the what means tube nucleus it will be it will be releases here. This two male gamete it will be releases from which part of the cell means? It will be releases from the generative cell. Generative cells it will releases the two male gametes normal here, but in some cases, in rare cases, what happens means along with these two male gametes one tube nucleus it will be releases here. So which will later it will get degenerated inside the pollen tube only. So finally the pollen tube it will be take entry towards the embryo sac. Which is the embryo sac? So this is the embryo sac. Complete this structure we are calling it as a anatropous ovule, and this middle structure which is present here, just as I said here, this complete portion we are calling it as a embryo sac. This complete portion what we are calling? This complete portion we are calling it as a embryo sac. Complete portion what we are calling? Complete portion we are calling it as a embryo sac. We are calling complete portion what we are calling? We are calling it as a embryo sac. So this is the structure of the embryo sac. See here, this is the complete structure of what here? Embryo sac. Embryo sac it is present. This inside this embryo sac what we will find here? We will find the two sepia shaped synergid cells. So these are the two which cells here? Synergid cells. These are the synergid cells, and we will find one egg. Which is the egg here? This is the egg, and all together this one we are calling as a egg apparatus. Egg apparatus we are calling, and in the middle what we'll find? We'll find the secondary nucleus. What we'll find? Secondary nucleus we'll find, and in the chalazal region what we'll find? We'll find the three antipodal cells we'll find. Which are these? Means they are the antipodal cells it is present here. One keep remember this one here. These three antipodal cells are also in a haploid condition. This egg is also in a haploid condition. Synergid cells is also in a haploid condition, except this cell secondary nucleus. This is in a diploid condition. This is most important thing. Keep remember, important for your NEET also. So which are the haploid cells inside the embryo sac? Means all are haploid cells except what means secondary nucleus, which is the diploid cell in the embryo sac. Means secondary nucleus is the diploid cell. Why this is diploid in condition? Means before it was the two polar nuclei it was present, so which was they are in a haploid in condition. Now both they fuse together to form a secondary nucleus. So both they have been fused here, so that's why it will form a 2n in condition. So keep this, remember this one here. So finally this is the embryo sac here. Pollen tube it will take entry here like this by releasing the what here? Two male gametes it will be present. So and what happen is, so this pollen tube it will burst. This pollen tube what happen? It will burst and it will discharge this two male gametes. gametes. This male gamete, it will take entry through this one of the synergid cell. Two synergid cells are present here. Any one among this here, it will take entry from one of the synergid cell by crossing through filiform operators. So here filiform operators will be present. With the help of this filiform operators, they will cross the synergid cell and finally they will reach us to the egg. And in this egg, what happens is first male gamete, as I said you here, first male gamete, what it will be, male gamete, it will fuse with whom? It will fuse with the egg and convert into what? Convert into the zygote. Which type of zygote? Diploid zygote. And later this zygote, it will develop into a embryo. This zygote, it will develop into a embryo. Now remember this one here, male gamete is also in a haploid in condition. So these two male gametes which is present here, both this male gamete is also in a haploid in condition. So this male gamete is also haploid, egg is also haploid in condition. Now both they will fuse together, so that's why zygote will get in a which condition? Will get in a diploid in condition, and this condition we are calling as a fertilization. This process what we are calling? We are calling it as a fertilization, or else even we are calling it as a syngamy we are calling. So even fertilization also we are calling, even we are calling it as a syngamy we are calling. Later the second male gamete which is present, the second male gamete which is present, this second male gamete, it will fuse with the secondary nucleus. It will fuse with whom? It will fuse with the secondary nucleus. It will get fused and it will convert into what? It will convert into pen. What is the meaning of pen? Pen means primary endosperm nucleus. What is the full form of pen here? Means pen is nothing but primary endosperm nucleus. Later this pen, it will convert into endosperm. Now this process we are calling it as a triple fission. This complete process what we are calling? This complete process we are calling it as a triple fission. This is important question for your exam. Already they have been asked many times, define triple fission. So why this process we are calling it as a triple fission? Means because here, see here, second male gamete is also haploid in condition. Now secondary nucleus it is present. As I said here, secondary nucleus it is in which condition? It is in diploid in condition. Why it is in diploid? Because two polar nucleate has been fused together. So one polar nucleate is in one N in condition, another it is in N in condition. Both they have been fused together to form a diploid. So that's the secondary nucleus it is in diploid in condition. Now this N plus 2N, what it will happen? 3N it will happen. So that's why we are calling it as a 3 means triple. So triple fission we are calling. So now it is in which condition? Triple fission, 3N condition it is present. So this complete process what we are calling? Triple fission. In your exam if they ask here, explain the triple fission, means you have to write this one. Second male gamete fuse with the secondary nucleus and convert into the primary endosperm nucleus, and this primary endosperm later will convert into the endosperm we are calling. And only fertilization is first male gamete fused with the egg to form a diploid zygote, and later this zygote it will convert into the embryo. This is we are calling it as a embryo. Now to whom we are calling it as a double fertilization? Means this two, both the process together we are calling it as a double fertilization. Both this fertilization plus triple fission we are calling it as a double fertilization. Double fertilization. Both the process what we are calling? We are calling it as a double fertilization we are calling. So if they ask in your exam, define double fertilization, means you have to write. So this process, first male gamete fused with the egg and convert into the zygote, and second male gamete fused with the secondary nucleus and convert into the primary endosperm nucleus. This together we are calling it as a double fertilization. Double means what here? 2. So fertilization means fission. So 2 times it is fusing here. One time it will fuse with the egg, another time it is fusing with the secondary nucleus. So that's why we are calling it as a double fertilization we are calling. This process what we are calling? This process we are calling it as a double fertilization. So after the entry, after the pollen grains it will shed on this stigma. After the pollen grains it will shed on this stigma. After the compatibility, pollen tube it will arise, and that pollen tube it will discharge the 2 male gamete, as I said in my previous class, and this pollen tube it will be reaches towards the ovary and take entry into the anatropous ovule. Inside the anatropous ovule, who will be present here? So it contains the embryo sac, and finally it will reach as the pollen tube. It will get burst. Pollen tube, it will be in this condition like this. So it will be in a closed in condition. So it will contains the two male gametes. It will burst this one and it will discharge this gametes here. So this pollen tube, it will get breaks. It will get burst and it will discharge the what? It will discharge gametes here. And finally the fission, it will be take place, and that process only we are calling it as a double fertilization. So see here, they have been mentioned here. So what happened means, generator, which is the weak portion, through the weak portion, pollen tube, it will be arises. The pollen tube penetrates through the stigmatic surface and passes through the stylar tissues. Stylar tissues means in the style which tissues are present, that condition we are as a stylar. So this is the style, stigma, style, and later here it will be the ovary. So the cells which is present here, the tissues which is present here, this we are calling it as a stylar tissues. That is only they mentioned stylar tissues. The tissues which is present in the style, that the tissues only we are calling it as a stylar tissues. Later what happen? Pollen tube carries how many male gametes? 2 male gametes, and certain in rare cases along with the 2 male gametes will be present, tube nucleus will be present. And when the pollen tube reaches to the ovary, when this pollen tube, it will reaches to this ovary, pollen tube, when it reaches to the ovary, it will take entry into the what here? It will take entry into the ovule, and that entry, it may be either from the micropyle region, as I said here. So normally it will take entry from the micropyle region only. So that condition what we are calling? Progamy we are calling. Whereas in rare cases, in some cases it may take entry into the integument, in some cases it may take entry through the chalaza. If take entry through the integument, we are calling it as a mesogamy. If we take entry through the chalaza, means we are calling it as a chalazogamy. And finally the pollen tube, it will discharge the what? It will discharge gametes. It will discharge here by passing through the nucellus, because here who will be present here? Nucellus will be present. Already have been drawn in your previous classes. So this is the anatropous ovule structure. So this is the what here? Embryo sac like this. So this is the embryo sac. Here the shading have been shown here. This is the nucellus here. So here like this, the pollen tube, it will be comes here. The pollen tube, it will burst. They will cross this nucellus and they take near, come near toward the embryo sac. In the embryo sac, 2 synergid cells and filiform operators will be present. They will cross this synergid cell. They will cross this synergid, one of the synergid cell. By crossing through this one of the synergid cells, and it will reach us towards the head. They will by crossing through this nucellus. This is the nucellus here. By crossing through this nucellus. So keep remember, whether you are writing nucellus or nucleus, write carefully, because many of them they will write instead of nucellus, they will write the nucleus. So if you write nucleus here, your answer will be wrong. So nucellus, by crossing through the nucellus, they will take entry into the embryo sac and through the one of the synergid cell. And as I said you here, pollen tube, it will get burst and it will discharge the 2 male gametes. Well, if the tube nucleus, if it is present, means that it will get disorganized, or it will get vanished in the pollen tube itself here. Afterwards what happen? Later one of the male gamete moves towards the egg cell and fuse it to form a diploid zygote, as I said here. And that condition what we are calling? That condition we are calling it as a what here means syngamy. That condition what we are calling? That condition we are calling as syngamy, or we are calling it as a what? Fertilization. Whereas second male gamete moves towards the center and fuse with the diploid secondary nucleus. Which is the diploid secondary nucleus? Second male gamete will fuse and fuse with the diploid secondary nucleus and form what it will form here? Pen it will form here, triploid. So we are what we are calling? Triploid we are calling. Why triploid? Because 3N it is present. See here, triploid. Triploid means 3N. It will form here triploid primary endosperm nucleus. That is nothing but pen. So this act is called as a triple fission. This fission what we are calling? This complete act what we are calling? We are calling it as a triple fission we are calling here. Since what happened here means, so since 2 male gametes are involved in fertilization, what we are calling means we are calling it as a double fertilization. And who discovered this double fertilization for the first time is Navaschin. So who discovered this first time is by the person called it as a Navaschin in 1898 he discovered here. In which plant means? In Fritillariae and Lilium matogon. So in these two plants here, Fritillariae and Lilium matogon. So in this plant here, Navaschin in 1898 he discovered the what here means double fertilization. Double fertilization, it is discovered by the Navaschin. Only fertilization, it is discovered by whom? Is it is discovered by Strasburger. In plants means Strasburger. In animals means Aristotle it will come. So this is about your double fertilization. In many times repeatedly, many papers ask this question. Define triple fission, define double fertilization. Repeatedly many times this question it has been arised in the for their 2 marks or 3 marks. So this is about your double fertilization. Next topic we will discuss in our next class.